dum 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 dum
Space between.
Why, hello, this is the Space Between podcast. And as some of you may know, recently I've had a problem. I've had a problem with my intro. Okay? So I'm trying out different intros. I'm worried about you this podcast, I'm telling you that, okay? We'll get into that in a second, though. First I have to go into the intro, okay? Mm-hmm. I want these intros to be to more encapsulate what the podcast is, more than the normal intro. Mm-hmm. So it might seem at first like it's not going to be about the podcast, but I'm going to make it. I'm going to get there, okay? Here we go. When you know what this is, say something, okay? You know I'd fight for you, but how can I fight for someone who isn't even there? I've had the rest of you, now I want the best of you. I don't care if that's not fair, 'cause I want it all or nothing at all.
Something.
There's nowhere left to fall. When you reach the bottom, it's now or never. Is it all? Or are we just friends? Is this how it ends with the simple telephone call? You leave me here with nothing at all.
How is that an intro?
I did it at the beginning. What do you mean?
How does that describe the podcast?
Oh, that's going to be what you're saying to me when I divorce you for this behavior. Amy, see, listen, today, I feel melancholy, okay? It's your job. You have to bring the positive energy this time.
I didn't know you were feeling that.
I didn't know until I was showering.
Why?
I have like 20 reasons, okay?
Oh.
But you have to be the positive one this podcast.
Are you going to talk about them? The reasons? On the podcast?
Yeah. Well, first, I'll tell a short version of the story. Because it's more feelings than an actual thing that's happening in life. But last night, I discovered something on YouTube. I discovered that my friend Brian Halton had uploaded songs from our childhood past. Mm-hmm. And it just, the Venn diagram would have normally been two circles, but it was a Venn diagram because there was a song that Token posted called Homies about where did all the homies go? Oh, where did all the homies go? His homies are not there anymore, you know? Mm-hmm. And thinking about Bri and posting all these songs made me look back at the times when we were recording them, and even at the times, because these were posted about 10 years ago and recorded between 25 to 15 years ago. They're all rap songs that I did with my friends. Mm-hmm. And at the time that Bri was posting them, I felt white hot fury, okay? As I felt that my real career as a writer was starting, and I didn't want some hashtag problematic things that I might have said in raps come to fruition. And even more than that, like, there were, I had different phases to my rap pseudo career, where at the beginning, the beat and I for years were strangers, okay? And that was about 50% into my rap career. About 45% into my rap career, the beat and I were acquaintances. Mm-hmm. Because what I would do is I would listen to other rappers and be like, all right, so their bar ends as the drum hits. So I would make sure that every line ended with a drum hit. I wasn't like feeling the rhythm, you know? And then for the last 5% of my career, the beat and I were like sometimes friends. Like it's one of those friends where like
hit or miss.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if women go through this, and I'm actually talking about young girls. Mm-hmm. If young girls go through this where they're in high school, right? Like they'll pass a guy that they think is like a friend, you know, mm-hmm. They're not close though. But what guys do, this is pre-COVID, right? In high school, you would pass them and dap them up, right? But do you dap them every time, right? Every time, say you see them 4 times a day. There are some friends where you do, but some friends, like me and the beat for the last 5% of my rap career, right? I don't know if I should adapt the beat every time. So there were some times where the beat and I didn't really connect, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I was
They were
just...
fun to listen to last night.
Yeah, I was listening to more in the room over there too. And yeah, I was just thinking about that. About how... The thing that made
Sorry,
me
my
sad
coffee went down the wrong tube. The thing that made you sad.
was such a weird thing. Such a weird moment that I landed on there. I landed on this. I was like, there was a day, because I would go in that studio and I would rap every day for a while. I made hundreds of songs. And then I was like, you know what's crazy? There's a day where it was the last time and I didn't even know about it. I went in there and I recorded, and it was the last time I would ever do it. And I didn't know.
That's interesting. You weren't like, all right, this is my last day.
No, I just stopped.
Right.
Yeah, I just fell off. And I fell off for a bunch of reasons. Like, I joined a rock band, right? I was the screamer of a rock band called Novela Kiss, right? It was me. And
My tattoo artist boyfriend.
yeah, your tattoo artist boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know why I must have boyfriend. You know,
You kind of did.
we have a friend. Her name is Sunshine, and she's Jamaican, and she's in our Pokemon Go raid group. And one time we were parked next to her raiding, and I don't know what context I had, but I used the word blood clot. And I looked over at her.
laughed so
I just saw her fucking dying in the car. But yeah, listen, Fat. You gotta bring your A game, okay? Because I'm feeling melancholy.
I'm sorry you're feeling melancholy. I didn't know.
Yeah. But that actually brings me to what I want to talk about a little bit. I want to play and react to that Joe Biden clip because it's so fucking funny.
Which one?
Listen, Fat.
Oh, okay.
It's this is hold on. We have some comments here. We have Damien Hay. He is a professor of English. In fact, he was one of my professors. Oh. And a great story about him is, do you know the poem, the love song of J. Alfred Prufrock?
It rings a bell.
Well, there's this line that goes, "Dare I eat a peach?" Right? Mm-hmm. And Hay had a prop. Okay, he said that line and then he pulled out a peach and he munched into it.
That's
right?
Awesome.
Droplets of peach fluid shot out, right, as he took a bite from the peach.
A real peach. That's so
yeah.
funny.
It was as if he were who is that? Oh my God, Gallagher. Mm-hmm. Gallagher is the comedian, right? Who he'll put out a watermelon and he'll take a mallet and he'll smash that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Hay kind of was like in that moment a Gallagher poetry teacher, you know?
That's awesome.
Hay says, "How about just loud screaming?" Is that my band or was that when I was singing?
That's a good question.
Cassandra Porter says, "Yo, what's happening? I'm wearing my fucking trash bag shirt today." Hey, that's some of our merch. That's the Destiny New York merch. Mm-hmm. It says, "Don't be a fucking trash bag." Mm-hmm. And she says that used to be the jam, you know? Because I want it all. Oh, you know what, though? That's the one song I get kind of shook. That song that I sang, it's O-Town's All or Nothing. Sometimes when we're on YouTube, we'll react to videos and we'll have, like, say if we use 7 seconds of a Drake song, Drake's company will be like, "You can't make money off this whole hour." Those 7 seconds means that your whole hour is ours now, right? That happens on YouTube and Facebook only, I've seen. On Twitter, it's full of TikToks of people just having other people's content for the whole shit. O-Town's label is the one, they threatened legal action in an email about me having that O-Town song in a video saying it was the best song of all time.
Really?
Yeah. I had to delete the tweet.
Wow.
Fucking, furious.
That's over the top, I feel like.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. What I want to react to is the funniest Joe Biden video of all time. This is, and as we play this, for those watching the live angle, hello. I'm actually trying to record the main one with a different thing now. We have our cat Neil. You can't see it on Facebook, but our cat Neil's face is the background for our weird forward angle, and it's maybe I'll change it throughout the video. I don't know if this is gonna be like a thing.
Pat just recently fell in love with changing the background on Zoom.
Yeah.
So
I want to put so fucking bad, but I won't because it would infuriate her. Is my cousin Shannon. The way that this started was we were in a family Zoom together, and her webcam kept turning green and painting her whole shit green.
webcam's like broken.
So she'd like tap it and it would turn regular, and the second she withdraws her hand, it would turn green again.
She was getting so pissed.
Oh yeah. So what I did, I took a screenshot and I put the green Shannon behind us. So after she fixed it, she could see her frozen and green behind us. But yeah, I want to play this Joe Biden video because it's so fucking funny to me. It's like, while he was Obama's president, you always saw Joe Biden as like a very calm and collected guy. Mm-hmm. So this moment is just so funny to me. And listen, I don't care if you hate the guy. I don't know what you think about him, but even in this moment, you could think he's in the wrong. I don't care. That's not what this is about. We're not getting political.
It's about entertainment.
This is just the funniest insult, the most out of touch funny insult I've ever heard someone say. It's so great. All right. Now this is at a Joe Biden rally. It looks like it's either that or it's like an assembly after dinner hour in an old folks home. Okay. It's Joe Biden surrounded, and this is important. He's surrounded by exclusively very old people. Only old people.
Old white people, it looks like.
Yeah. The comment he says at the end, which is the second funniest part, is such a burn, and he doesn't know it's to everyone in the room. But here we go. He's facing off with the guy who's asking him a hard question, and the guy's kind of coming at him. And the guy, for those who can't see the video, for those who are watching the live, he's a large gentleman, right? He has a sort of a pinkish fuchsia skin tone, and he's a large gentleman. Okay, here we go.
I know more than most people know, and I can get things done. That's why I'm running. And you want to check my shape on? Let's do push-ups together.
I'll stop there. Called him fat for the first time, low-key. Okay.
If you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together, man.
Okay, he's bringing in weight, low-key at first.
I love how the title of this video is Joe Biden lashes out.
Because it's so not lashing out. He's just burning him, you know, and it's so strange.
Man, let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Number two. No one has said my son has done anything wrong, and I did not on any occasion. And no one has ever said it. Not
I
one.
didn't say you were doing anything wrong.
You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack.
Yes, but you hear on MSNBC.
You don't hear that in MSNBC. You did not hear that. But you heard. Look, okay, I'm not going to get in an argument with you, man.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, you do. But look, Fat, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
That might be hard to hear for live viewers.
I'm going to put it up in the main version, but oh my God. When I first saw this, I couldn't stop laughing. I mean, I've seen this.
Can you imagine being there?
None of them reacted. How is...
Yeah.
They probably can't hear him.
This guy reacted.
Did he?
He's
He's
laughing.
laughing. Joe Biden said, but look, fat, look, here's the deal. He used fat as a noun.
And like, the guy's name is Jack. So
Yeah.
he could kind of maybe like dial back and be like, no, I said Jack. But if you listen to it, he literally says F-A-T.
He unambiguously said, look, fat, look, here's the deal.
Look fat.
That's the greatest thing I've ever fucking heard.
Such
That's
a 3-word insult, you know?
Here we go.
Well, I don't want to.
Well, yeah, you do. But look, Fat, look, here's the deal. Here's the deal.
It looks like you don't have to go back over the Trump.
That's when they react.
yeah.
Any other questions?
not voting for you.
Well, I knew you weren't, man. You think I thought you said I would vote for you? You're too old to vote for me.
I feel like I'm at a high school pep rally.
Joe Biden said, "You're too old to vote for me," surrounded by octogenarians. You know what I mean? But all right. Please don't turn this into a big political thing. I love this clip.
It's just a funny video.
I love this clip. It's on the soundboard now. We're adding Joe Biden's look fat look to the soundboard. Like, listen, Amy recently has been worried about the shape of her body, you know, since we're stuck in quarantine. And Amy is fucking fit, mate, right? So, but now that she says this to me, what I'll do, like, say she's not, like, I scheduled the podcast for a Thursday, and she's like, I don't want to do it today. I'll just be like,
Look, fat, look, here's the deal.
That's
right?
funny.
All right. Oh, that's so fucking funny to me. Whoa. Damien Hay, Dr. Hay says you were allergic to kiwis. That's true.
You are?
You remember that, Dr. Hay?
Oh, I do know that because every time I have like a kiwi flavored something, you're like trying to kill me.
Yeah, I can't try it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school and my throat was blotched up, and I went to my first day of high school with a red throat like one of those frogs.
Mm.
You know?
It's a good memory for the teacher.
Oh yeah, very.
It's not like, oh, that's a pleasant memory.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it?
Your throat swelling.
Now, all right, so I guess now that we're on politics, you know, we might as well talk about fucking this and play this video. This is on the other side of things, and it's something that's going on in Long Island right now. Okay, it's a News 12 anchor was he went to one of those reopen Long Island protests.
Oh yeah.
And recorded it. I haven't watched this whole shit yet because here's the thing. Believe what you want to believe. I want to fucking survive, bruh. Okay? Mm-hmm. I want to be okay. So if people who see, that's what I believe in beyond politics first and foremost is experts. The idea of expertise. If someone who knows more about science than I do, right? Says stay safe by staying indoors, I want to stay indoors because I trust them more than I trust myself. The knowledge that I can accrue by looking around shit online. So I want to see what's going on with this video. And we have someone messaging me here. Oh, is that Love Island? Is it the right thing? Oh, no.
Everyone.
Did I put Love Island or Long Island? Wow, we've been watching so much Love Island that
Freudian slip.
I saw Long Island as Love Island. Jesus Christ. Here we go. This is a gentleman who looks a lot like comic book writer Ryan Cady. Okay?
He does.
This is Ryan Cady in about, I was going to say 3 years, but I think maybe 1 year. His name is Kevin Vesey, and he's on Facebook Live at a reopening Long Island rally. Here we go.
This is reporter Kevin Vesey coming to you live from Comac. I am at the corner of Vets Highway and Jericho Turnpike, and this is where there's...
Oh, that's right where your job
That's
is.
literally where my job is.
Also, how is that not just Ryan Cady? You know what I mean?
That looks just like him.
Another protest happening right now here at this intersection. This is the same spot where a similar protest happened 2 weeks ago, back on May 1st. And these people, once again, they're saying that they want New York State to reopen right now. Of course, we know what the process has been. The governor has been explaining that for quite a while, saying that we need to meet 7 different metrics, 7 different safety metrics. And then once that happens, then we'll be able to reopen. We're not there yet, but these folks are saying that they want that to happen now.
Dr. Fauci works for the World Health Organization. He has to...
So you can see some of the signs here.
Go.
He has to go.
This one has to do with Dr. Fauci. This gentleman here. Hi, how are you today, sir?
Oh my
I'm with
God.
WikiLeaks. Let's get Chris
Dude.
Colton that shirt.
That dude looks like a fucking hot dog.
I can't believe these are my fucking neighbors.
All right.
Watch, I'm
So
gonna
these
see like a
guys are
bunch of
here.
Starbucks
We've got this
customers.
one that says, "You want your freedom of choice, and I want mine. Open New York now." So tell me, why are you here today?
Can you pause it? Act like this bitch goes outside at all if
Yeah.
there wasn't a quarantine. Yeah. Fucking go sit on your couch.
Yeah, I
Wait
mean,
it out.
what he should be saying to her is,
Look, Fat, look, here's the deal.
Like, no offense, but offense. She just doesn't want to deal with her elementary school kids at home.
Are you out of
anymore.
work right now?
My husband is shut down.
Oh,
Right.
and you're still
Is
going
he
to
a
work.
small business
okay,
owner?
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. What town do you live in?
Belmore.
Belmore. Okay. And so you're here. What do you think? Seeing all these other people who are here as well.
I'm glad to see you're here to support us.
Right. And then you're wearing a mask, but you notice that a lot of other people aren't. In fact, if I just turn really quickly over here, see quite a few people without them. So what do you...
So you're in a mask. You still have your job. And you're protesting.
yeah, what? Yeah,
Can
what are you
be
protesting?
any more fucking stupid?
There's also this little clip here too. This is the one I meant to play.
When they're like harassing him.
They flooded the sidewalk on
This
Jericho
is a smaller
Turnpike in
version.
Comac.
Nice Trump
Hundreds
flag.
of Long Islanders sick of the shutdown, demanding that New York get back to work.
Businesses need to reopen. People are losing their livelihood. Who is King Cuomo to tell business owner that he can't be open or that you have to wear a mask when you walk into his store?
The rally, organized by a group called the
When you
Sicky,
walk into his store.
I mean, what? What this guy is basically saying to Cuomo is,
You're
This guy just wants to
or my father or my boss.
you know,
That's the bagel guy?
yeah, that's new to the soundboard. That's
Bro.
fucking there.
That's
And-
it.
oh my god.
patriots.
Oh, so talking Patriots
That's what they're
though.
calling themselves?
Listen.
With the fucking Trump profile pic.
Listen, if you're gonna vote for Trump, do it from fucking home, okay? You don't have to go out there and show how conservative you are in the
I'm
middle
not
of a
saying it
fucking
doesn't
pandemic.
suck. I'm not saying it's not like annoying to stay home, and I'm not saying it's not horrible for the economy and everything like that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I'm saying. I just don't see. I don't get their point. I just don't get their point.
And I just want to live.
To me, yeah, I guess. I just can't. I don't have any words.
I mean, they must think it's fake, you know? They must think it's not as big as it is.
Well, people like my dad and stuff, he doesn't think it's fake, but he still thinks that, like, there shouldn't be a lockdown.
Would your dad go to this thing, you think?
No, for his own safety, because he doesn't think it's fake. But he always is on the phone with me saying, like, think of how many people die of the flu each year. Blah, blah, blah. And we don't shut down this and that. Like, he always compares it to stuff like that. And it's like, but there's no vaccine for it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I just don't even want to argue anymore.
Also, check this out. Imagine, in any world, about any topic, going to a rally.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like 100 years ago, when like the influenza pandemic and stuff, there was quarantine and stuff going on as well. Like, yes, this is unheard of and stuff, but it's not something that has never ever happened before.
Yeah.
In a sense. So it's just like, try to relax, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Now, the rest of the video is a short one.
right-wing organization that supports President Trump. It's the second demonstration that's been held at this location in the last 2 weeks. Back on May 1st, many people were seen
So glad I'm
ignoring
not driving
social
past that to go to
distancing
work.
and refusing to wear masks, while Suffolk police looked on.
This time around, Suffolk police showed up in much larger numbers. They also put up these barriers near the sidewalk and talked to protesters about social distancing.
But once the rally really got started, some
Yo, they have kids there with no masks, close to everybody. I mean, I know that kids aren't as susceptible to this shit, but still.
If you're
The
a parent,
rules
you
went
wouldn't
out the
want that,
window.
Yeah.
Many protesters directing their anger right at the news media. Some of them
Is this what
trying
it
to
is?
prevent me from filing this report on Facebook Live and repeatedly invading my personal space.
I think you need to back away
No,
from me,
I got
sir.
hydroxychloroquine. I'm fine.
I'm just
What?
standing here. This guy will not get away from me.
Someone needs to protect Ryan right now.
Can you back away?
The demonstrators came from all over Long Island, and some Comac residents tell us they don't agree with the protests.
Obviously.
protest doesn't represent all of Comac.
But like it or not, their message
Yes,
is
queen.
loud and clear. They say it's time to end the coronavirus shutdown.
The end goal seems to be no deaths. And that is impossible.
In
That's how
Comac,
my dad
Kevin,
is.
BC News 12, Long Island.
Oh, dude. This shit, oh my god. This shit just fucking...
I want to give a punch to Ed.
You know?
It's very frustrating.
It makes me so fucking mad.
I want to give a punch to Ed.
I wonder, like, how many people today or in, like, a week from now in that rally are gonna be, like, sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hope they're gonna be okay. You know
I
what
mean, it feels like that's the only way any one of those people will learn anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, actually,
Is to be, like, firsthand affected by it, you know?
yeah, I was listening to Theo Vaughn's podcast, and this guy called in his father died from, as Theo says, Corvid, you know? And he said that his father didn't take it seriously at all until he was very sick.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like, a lot of people might say, like, that they want the people in the protest to get sick. I don't want anyone to get sick, because that person can then spread it, and before they know, I mean, before it has an effect on them that's dramatic, they could be spreading it all over the place.
Yeah, like it's one thing if they're going out and they're like risking their own lives. It's just like whatever,
Yeah.
kind of like if you're gonna do it. But it's different now because it's not just their lives that they're risking. It's kind of like a fuck you to everyone around them too. You know?
Yeah. To me, if you're in an enclosed area or if you're gonna be outside close to people, just fucking wear a mask, even if you don't really believe it. Just on the chance that you know.
Yeah, and like I have to
that
say,
you could be wrong. Just put a fucking mask on.
Yeah, when I first like went into quarantine and stuff, Pat kept joking about, now he's joking like I have like agoraphobia, like a fear of going outside, which is not untrue. Like I would be nervous about going outside because I didn't know the protocol and how to do it and stuff. But now that I've run a couple of errands, like yesterday when I went outside to do something, it wasn't as stressful as like the first...
To do what?
Shut up. The first and second time that I went out, you know?
Yeah.
And I kept telling myself, you know, like, as long as I'm doing, like, the right thing, the right protocol, you put the gloves on, go to the ATM, as soon as I get outside, take them off, throw them away,
Yeah.
you know, open the door, immediately Purell. As
Yeah.
long as I know that, then I'm not as, like, anxious about it. But it is, like, I wish and eventually in my life again, I can't wait to just, like, go outside and not think about that.
Yeah.
But at this point, it's just something that you just have to think about if and when you need to go outside. And I really don't understand, especially why people are complaining because about like the work and I do get it if you're like, if you own a company or you like run a farm and that's your livelihood and stuff. But as far as like anything that I've needed to get, even down to my small pets, like my rats, which is kind of like weird, you know, you wouldn't think, I was thinking at the beginning of this, like, shit, am I going to be able to get food and stuff for them? But like essential stores is not, it's pretty broad. Like it's pet stores, it's alcohol. In California, it's dispensaries. It's like, what else do you need really? That you're going out and protesting and
Yeah.
putting people in danger. What else do you need? And don't tell me a fucking haircut, because
Yeah.
to me that's stupid. Do you know? You're
I
not
know,
going
I know.
out, you're not partying. It's like, and if you really, really are struggling for money, who's to say that your life can't change because of this huge change in the world, and that for at least like a few months to a year, you're not going to go and get a job at a grocery store or someplace that is open? Because it doesn't seem to be very, very few and far between. Like, yeah, a lot of businesses are closed, but a lot of businesses are not closed. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think that people are worried about like losing their businesses, you know.
And in a way,
But-
that's kind of selfish. Just be
Of course
a
it is, yeah.
citizen and be a part of the human race in this sense.
Yeah.
Like, now that the world is changing, change with it, kind of, you know?
Yeah, the shit's historic. What's going on, you know?
I just feel like people need to be more flexible, and it's not impossible. It's not like nothing is available right now.
Yeah, I mean, I had shit scheduled. Some stuff that I already wrote that I was like, I just needed the publisher to approve my next draft on, and I would have gotten paid my biggest payment of that quarter. But now the publisher's pushing it back because distributors and printers aren't really, you know, as active right now. So I have to wait for that payment. There's a series that I had that's ongoing that's already a bunch of issues in the can that were ready to roll out. That was going to launch in about early summer, June. That we're pushing back again. I would have already gotten payments for that. And yeah, it sucks, but you're not going to find me out there, you know, with the Setauket Patriots, trying to get everything to reopen again.
Yeah, because I know that if it came down to it, you and I would both start applying to, like, CVS and shit.
Oh, dude.
Well,
yeah.
maybe not you, because you have asthma and stuff, but, like, if we really didn't have money or something, like, I would look to get another job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like you can't apply any, and it's probably way harder to get a job right now, I'm sure, but it's not impossible. Do you know what I mean?
No, it's I mean,
you
plus
can do Uber Eats,
that's what I was gonna say. You do Uber Eats. There's Instacart. There's a bunch and
online stuff.
I know that people make more money on their own business sometimes, and I get that sucks. And what I think about a lot is how some of these businesses that we see, these mom and pop stores, those aren't going to come back. You know, like, we are going to lose those, some of them, and that's devastating. But at the same time, I would rather lose that than a person to it.
Than the person that runs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and who I feel bad for too is like massage therapists, you know, hairstylists, nail people, tattoo artists, piercing artists, because that is so, you know, like person to person, and also they spend a lot of time like practicing and perfecting what they do, and now it's like pretty much impossible to do any of those things. Like if I was a tattoo artist, I'd be so bummed right now.
Oh yeah,
can't
of course.
tattoo anyone, you know.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm bummed I can't get tattoos right now, but it's not a situation where I'm going to be so frustrated that I'm going to fucking write a sign and go march outside, you know?
Maybe we could do a kit online. I can order a prison tattoo kit and like tap you out.
You can actually
you know?
buy stick and poke tattoo kits on Etsy.
I'm sure.
I think that's crazy.
I'll do it to you. See what happens.
I'll probably let you do a little something.
It would be so bad. I'm not very
like one time
coordinated.
Pat tried to make me some stuff out of clay. I still have it. The little like wonky heart and the little dick and balls you made me.
You called it a wonky heart?
It is.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful, but it's wonky.
It's blue, huh?
Yeah.
I don't even know because we got into like a little argument and it was my fault, but I don't remember what it was that led me making that hard for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I just like left the house for work one day, and I had like air dry clay laying around.
No, yeah, you did, but I drove you to work. And like
yeah.
we had like a little spat in the car. I don't even remember why.
Right.
But anyway, don't talk about our fights on the computer. Okay?
You started it.
On the computer. Yeah, dude, I'm out of it right now. I had a topic. Oh shit, Steve Wisniewski is here. He's my best friend. He's German. He has a big fat penis.
He's
you know.
German.
Yeah. When a
Oh
girl.
my God, Steve wants to get tattooed by you as well.
When a girl, right, meets Steve's penis for the first time, she pulls it out and she looks at it and she goes,
Look, fat, look, here's the deal.
Oh my God.
But I don't even know if I should get into the main topic I wanted to cover today. This is open preamble. Just because, like, I'm not in the highest of spirits right now.
You're melancholy.
Yeah, I'm a little bit melancholy. And this next bit that I might get into is me talking about comic book experiences, my experiences in the comic book industry. And I don't know if I want to talk about people that have done me right and wrong when I'm feeling this way. Because I might divulge too much or say a thing that I don't mean. Do you know what I mean? But maybe I should. Do you have anything to talk about?
Is your birthday coming up?
Well, what about it?
I'm excited, but I'm also kind of nervous because we're not going to be able to leave and do anything. But I know that it's a Pokemon Community Day.
What day is it?
Sunday?
No. What Pokemon, I mean?
I don't know yet.
You should know, okay?
All right, what is it?
For my birthday, no. C. Dot.
Oh, yeah. C. Dot. And... no, I'm just excited for you.
Tell, all right, talk about me a little bit, okay? Talk about what you think, like, on an ideal day, if I have nothing to do.
Oh, and also I did want to say really quick, you still haven't introduced us.
Oh, I'm Pat
So, like,
Shand.
every single... the new intro is you saying that you're making a new intro.
I'm Pat Shand.
That is the intro.
I'm Pat Shand.
Every day you're like, I'm working on a new intro, and then you explain it, and then you just keep going.
I'm Pat Shand.
I'm Amy Shan.
I was in the middle of some... What's you, puppy?
He looks so funny when he sneezes.
On a day where I have nothing else to do, right? Tell the people, how many hours do you think of Pokemon Go I would play?
You would play, like, if you could?
Yeah.
Like 12? 15? 16? 16 hours.
Then I'll sleep for 8 hours.
Yes, you love Pokemon.
I guess I gotta fucking talk about it. So I want to talk about this because I got and I don't want to talk about it, but I'm going to because we have to put out a podcast today. I got, and this is gonna sound like bragging, but I'm telling you, it's gonna be the opposite. I got a tweet from comic book legend Terry Moore. All right, he tweeted out a link to my comic Destiny New York. Oh, well, what did he say about it? Let's see. This is compelling stuff right here, you guys.
He tweets a lot.
Don't insult Terry Moore on this podcast.
It's not an insult. It's good.
When did this happen?
He's all up on that social media.
Oh, here it is. He said, can I point you toward a really good comic? Destiny New York is like a wonderful ongoing show you can get hooked on.
Nice.
I read the first 3 or 4 TPBs, and that's trade paperbacks yesterday, and really enjoyed it. Support all indie comics, please, because they're not product. They come straight from the creator's heart.
Nice.
And I'll tell you a little bit about Terry Moore. Terry Moore is the creator, writer, and artist of Strangers in Paradise, Rachel Rising, Echo, Motor Girl, 5 Years, and more.
Yeah, he's done quite a few things. Strangers in Paradise was one of my favorites ever.
Yeah, it's my favorite comic book.
And I got one of his how to draw books at a convention once from him because I love the way he draws. He's so talented. He draws and writes his stuff, so.
He's incredible. I admire him very much, and I'll say this. He tweeted that, and he wrote me more in an email. And it made me feel an array of things because I feel like I haven't had the best experience with comic book veterans. And as I tell these stories, don't take these as call-outs. I don't do that. I'm just telling stories, okay? I just want to tell a few stories of interactions I have with comic book pros that kind of shaped a negative perception of veterans, like comic book veterans, people who have been doing this for a long time. And I think that I don't put this to the fault of the pros. I put this to the fault of the industry because I feel that the reliance on what's hip and what's happening now really just embodies Marvel and DC. They want the hot writer, and they'll sort of juice them for work until they aren't hot anymore, and they become veterans, and then that veteran can't get work anymore, and they have nothing to fall back on. So there becomes this sort of resentment for new creators. And I think that also the reliance on work for hire makes creator-owned creators who want to be doing their own thing gives them a resentment when people connect to their work for hire. It brings me to my first interaction, one of my first conversations ever with a comic book pro, and that pro's name is Brian Wood, and I'm a fan of Brian Wood's writing, but I wasn't a fan of this interaction. Okay, I hadn't read his creator-owned work at the time, which I've since read, and it's very good. But my dad and I have marathoned this show Supernatural together, and Supernatural, we bonded over the show. Mm-hmm. And I read the comic book that was written by Brian Wood, and it was my first ever New York Comic Con as a pro. I went over to his table, and I said to him, I found him on the list, and I said to him, "Oh, I just wanted to say that your Supernatural comic is awesome." And he said back to me, "That's just work for hire."
I see. Yeah, he didn't probably mean to be offensive to you, but he was probably offended. It's like, I know what you mean, and I know what he means.
Yeah, I'm not offended now.
It's like if someone were to be like, someone to go up to you and be like, I love your Adventure Time comic. And it's like, thank you, but it has kind of nothing to do with you besides that one short story. Whereas, like, the creator-owned stuff has everything to do with you. And you put so much more into it, and it's like, why haven't you looked into that?
I'll tell you this. I know what you're saying, but nope. Nope.
Okay.
No. Because here's the thing, for me, I feel like my work for hire, I fought hard to get that. That Adventure Time comic. I don't know if you know this, but this is another experience that I wanted to cover. There's the guy who runs Boom is named Ross Ritchie, and there is an enemy of his runs a fake account under a name like Fake Ross Ritchie, and like he will essentially parody Boom, and this, I believe, from what I've been told, is a guy, and I believe I know who it is, who used to be involved in Boom but isn't anymore, and I know who you are, okay? One time, because what I used to do was every comic that I would buy that I enjoyed, I would tweet about it, because I feel like a peer recognizing a peer is the way that love is spread in this industry, so that bonds are formed. And I would never tweet if it was not a good comic, but I tweeted a good thing about a Boom comic. And this guy, under that fake Twitter name, and this is at the time I was writing for Zenescope, and he said, "Oh, this Zenescope writer tweeted at my company." He's pretending to be the guy, as if we would ever hire him. And I saw that, and I was like, "All right, you fat white bitch." Okay? I said, "Look, fat, look.
Here's the deal.
Now, I'll make it a mission to write for Boom." So when I got that job writing for Adventure Time, one, it was a win because I like Adventure Time. And two, I got my revenge.
That's good. That's like a double whammy.
I got my fucking revenge. So if someone came up to me and said they love my Adventure Time comic, boom.
But you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean, but that's not how the fuck I am, though, In fact, I feel like some of the most memorable times are, someone wrote me a handwritten letter, and I'm not even going to say what series it is because I don't want them to hear this and get hurt. They wrote me a handwritten letter, mailed it to Zenescope, and had them give it to me at a show, saying how awesome they thought that this one series was. Guess what? That series, I felt, was the worst thing I'd ever written. And I read that, and I was like, oh shit, to me, that's a miss. To that person, that's one of my best ones.
To each his own.
Yeah, so I like that. So, you know what? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't get all fucking Brian Woody, okay?
Gotcha.
And what else? Oh, yeah. A friend of mine, he was there for this. I don't even know who he brought over to me. But this was like the nail in the coffin because it was like 3 bad comic book veteran experiences all in a row. And I'll go through these very quick. One, my friend Jay, who's a comic book artist. He brought someone who he wanted to introduce to me, who was a longtime artist or writer, over to the table, and you were actually there too. And the guy was almost offended that I had done so much work. And I say almost, I mean was very. And he didn't know who I was. I guess he felt out of touch, but he saw my work, and he was like, I don't know who you are.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You remember that?
Because I remember it pissed me off.
Yeah. And I was just like, well, I don't know who you are either.
Yeah.
You know? And I remember saying, why should you know who I am? Like, did Jay say that you have to know who I am?
Yeah.
We're meeting.
Yeah.
This is you finding out who I am. You know what I mean?
Now you know who I am.
2, a longtime DC editor had become an aspiring writer. Okay? He came to a booth of mine at a convention twice. The first time, he didn't know who I was. He bought a comic of mine, and very nice. The second time, he came back, and he heard that I was writing Marvel novels for Joe Books, and that he had pitched for a few of those and hadn't gotten it. And he came over, and he complained a lot about Joe Books to me, and about his experience there, and how they weren't hiring him and stuff. And the whole time, I was just like, yeah. What's going on with you right now?
My nose ring.
I know what you're doing, but
Just irritating me.
He then emailed me, and he started it out with a compliment of the book, and then and it's like a few days later, and then he ended with, and I'm glad that you and I could see eye to eye on Joe Books. They baffle me, and then I was infuriated.
He's like putting an opinion in your mouth.
Yes, because essentially he was like, why they hire him and not me? And then made it as if I agreed with him.
Yeah.
And then I felt was like leveraging that.
Yeah.
So I replied to him, thank you for the kind words, but I'm not confused or baffled by Joe Books at all, dude.
Yeah.
At all.
They just chose me.
And then the final story, and this guy I won't name, as he's the biggest name so far. I won't name him, but I'll explain why later on. I would have. But it's Peter David, actually. I'll say it.
That was hard.
The reason I wasn't going to name him was because I changed my opinion about this whole exchange, and I still do. But I think of him kindly now. But this is the story about Peter David. We were together on 2 panels at a Comic-Con, and his stories dominated the panels. You were getting furious, so frustrated. And then when I lost patience was my mother and father. And this is the last convention that my dad was able to go to because he had ALS. And I don't think he died soon after, but he stopped being able to leave the house.
Right.
So he came, he was labored. My mom was next to him. She's going through all this. And we're in this big auditorium. It's a little roped off panel, and the whole time Peter David is sharing these stories, and it was all about him. And my mother chimes in during the question thing, and she tries to ask me a question, and she has a very low voice. And Peter David said, "You gotta speak up," you know, and I felt my blood boil a little bit. And then she said it again. And then he said, "I can't hear her," like that. And I was like, oh, I heard her. And I repeated what she said. And that, just the domination of the panel and the dismissiveness made me so fucking angry.
I feel like that's a good lesson because especially if you are in the industry and stuff and you're doing things like panels and whatnot, and you're really good with this, with like professionalism and everything, but just imagine like everyone is someone's mom. You know what I mean? Like everyone is someone's something. And if you were that person's brother or like son or something, and would you want to watch your mom be spoke to like that?
That's a great point. And also, I took this from that day, but I also have always, and this is not patting myself on the back, but I I don't want to be seen as someone who dominates a panel because that's a negative look. So I don't want to be seen in a negative way. Like I'm trying to like own this.
Right.
But you know, he has a lot more credits than I do. He wrote for Marvel for a long time.
And some people have just more of like a dominant, overpowering personality in a room of people. That's just the way it is. So
I left there, and my thought was, if anyone ever puts me on a panel with him again, I'll not do it. But then, get this. I was signing at Fourth World Comics. Peter David walks in. He comes up to my table. His voice is different. He is quiet. He's calm. He's gracious. He introduces himself, doesn't remember me at all.
Not in like panel mode.
Not at all in panel mode. He buys 3 books. He spends $70 at the table. He buys Destiny Earth Volumes 1, 2, and 3. So it looks great. He can't wait to read it. And he can't believe he hasn't heard of it yet. And he left, and I was fucking floored.
Yeah, and that's when you know for sure, like, it's not personal, and just to officially just, like, brush it off because, like I said, to him, your mom's a stranger, and to you, that's your mom.
Yeah, and I felt silly being angry about it, and it made me think, like, people also develop a persona. Like, when I met him on the panel, maybe he was in, like, this is Peter David as people see him mode. But then when he came to me at my table, he was just different. And maybe that's maybe it was a mood, maybe it was what he was going through. But that also, that paired with Terry Moore's tweet just makes me think like I have a negative perception about people who've been working in comics longer than I have. And that is, despite how much of it is taken from experience, it's also a flaw of mine that I let a few scant experiences shape an overall perception when that isn't the case.
Yeah, but it's just a really competitive field, and I bet that, like, actors and stuff and writers of other forms also, like, deal with things like that, too, you know? Because I'm sure, like, it made you feel a certain way because you're, like, working really hard to be, like, in, like, that group kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of pushing back against it because they don't want anyone to encroach on what they have.
Yeah.
And then, like, you see the same thing with, like, Bobby Lee, like, talking shit about the other Asian actor that he sees in movies and stuff like that. It's always a competition and stuff. And, like, that's just kind of, you know, the way it is. But I don't think it's to say that you have an image of, like, people in that level in the industry as bad people. It's just that I think that you've seen face-to-face, like, situations where tension is, like, involved because of, like, the competitive nature of what it is, you know?
Yeah, and the truth is that I don't want to be competitive with them. I don't feel competitive with anybody. On the other hand, maybe I do. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
Like, you don't want to be. Maybe it's just, like, natural because you have to be competitive to succeed in a way.
But listen, first of all, Peter David's never going to watch this. There's no chance he'll ever see this.
Yeah.
But I do want to say that because sometimes I'll tell a story that to me is a good story and it sheds a good light on the person. Like when we had Danny Roth on the podcast, I told a story about Danny being, because Danny is a friend and a writer, and there was an instance where he was blunt about what he thought about the quality of one of my plays. And I liked that. And I kept that in my head as a good memory. And when I told the story, Danny thought that he was like the villain of the story. And I was like, no, that's a good story. So I hope that, you know, not that he would ever see this, but if Peter David ever sees this, I hope that he knows that story, to me, that's a story where I judged based on things that I had experienced before, and then a different day showed me a new light on what I had seen. you know?
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It is annoying when you're a panelist and there's someone in the audience you can't hear.
Yeah.
It's not my mom's fault at all.
Yeah.
But what that is, it's also, you do so many panels and you get so little help from people around you. And there's no moderator to be like, oh, she said this.
Yeah.
So you're on your own.
Or like a microphone, like on the Jerry Springer show, and they like go up to her and they're like in the audience.
You know what's so funny about you?
Huh.
That you said the Jerry Springer show when it could really be any TV show with an audience.
Whatever.
But you said the Jerry Springer show. You know what I mean?
That's what I remember it from.
I think your hair looks good.
Thank you. I straightened it last night, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
On a whim.
Tell the audience what you said to me about your straight hair.
What did I say? It's longer? What did I say?
About your plan.
I don't remember. What did I say about it? It wasn't planned to do.
What do you want to do with it?
I'll say?
Yeah.
Oh. That's not...
Yeah. Talk about it.
It's not relevant.
Talk about it.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot I had a hair straightener, and then I remembered last night.
Where are we fucking with the time? We're at 55 minutes. I think we'll wrap now. I hope that story didn't seem negative, but like, yeah, I read a post about my treatment from comic book veterans from last year, or about the same time as Terry Moore posted his compliments. So it made me feel like, oh, probably wrong. You know, I'm probably wrong. I'm probably wrong.
Plus, you did say you're feeling melancholy, so depending on like how you feel and like where your head's at, you can just see things in a different light at different times, even at different times of the day. You know?
That's true.
But all those things definitely happened to you, so.
I feel like this wasn't a good episode, though, you know?
Why?
I'm worried. I feel like it wasn't that good.
We're just chilling.
Oh, I know. I feel that we're just chilling.
What's wrong
But
with that?
I don't know. Do you feel it was a good episode?
I mean, we've had more high energy ones. Hold on, you have a string on your shirt. But I don't think it was bad, per se. It's not like we, like, fought or anything.
Fought?
Like, that would be bad.
Yeah, I mean, that would be horrible.
It might
or
be
it would
like
be
a little
so
bit...
good, too, you know?
It might be, like, a little bit more boring than when, like, our last guest
That's what
episodes
I'm worried
and stuff.
about, yeah.
But you know what? We'll try again on the next episode.
We have a guest coming up on Thursday. Her name is Lauren Riley. You might know her from her viral video, Pantsuit. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Check that out before you watch our video. Lauren Riley. She is a vlogger, YouTuber. She's an Instagram and an actor, a writer. Just all around super talented, I'd say.
Yeah. And, yeah, if this episode was boring...
Don't let us know.
No.
Because we already know.
If this episode was boring...
Kiss my whole asshole.
Because, you know what? Fuck it. I'm not... Fuck it, man. It is what it is, papa.
Hey, you know what?
It is what it is, papa.
Yeah. I've been trying to think of, like, maybe looking up more either, like, questionnaires or fun games that we could play on each episode. Like, couple games. We'll see.
That sounds good. How about you end the episode, right? Hold on.
And I'm even erect right now. And I don't know if there's any better way to end an episode.
How about you end the episode by describing, right, how... Because sometimes I'll be 100% honest. I sit on the couch naked. Where I am now, well, we're not filming. I'll have no clothes on sometimes. We're
Usually
sitting
you have
right
no
here.
clothes on. Like, unless we're filming.
So
or unless an order's coming.
So talk about what do you see when I get up off the couch and walk away from you.
Like, our couch is really old now. We've had it for a couple years. And it's faux leather, I think. So...
It's pronounced forks, okay?
No. And so Pat, on his side, where he sits, it's beginning to deteriorate, the outer material, which is like, I don't know, it's kind of like peeling skin off, kind of, right? It's like low-key sticky. Show them.
Yeah.
And it's peeling off in little pieces. And Pat sits there, butt-ass naked, and works up a sweat or something. And then when he stands up and walks around the house, he comes and lays on our bed, not facing me. And I look up at his butt, and it's covered in... It looks like he walked through a black snowstorm. Because there's little shards of, like, black all over your butt. And then he like goes to like, without looking, pick it off, and I'm like, good luck. There's like 1,000 pieces, and he's missing every time.
Yeah.
We'll put a picture in the video.
Oh, my butt? Hold on. I'm actually going to get up here. I'll show you my butt off camera and tell me if it has anything, okay? 'Cause I just showered. But I want you to look at my butt right now.
You put shorts on, though.
I'm taking them off.
Yeah, but you put shorts on before you sat down.
No, but if I'm pretty, it sits, though. See if I got them all off.
No, in the shower you did good. It's
Okay.
it's completely clean.
Okay.
But by the end of the night, it's not going to be. It's going to have couch on it.
So you think that was a good episode, huh?
It was fine. I don't think it was horrible. I mean, you can let us know otherwise, but like I said, don't. And this is covering my face now, so now it's horrible.
How do you know it's covering your face?
I can tell.
Let's see. Yeah. Wow. I'll cut to the wide angle for that one part then.
You don't have to. It's funny.
Listen.
Thanks for joining our boring asses.
Cassandra said that was a chill episode. I liked it.
See, it's not that bad to be relaxed sometimes.
Yeah. You didn't fix it still, just so you know.
I know, because I'm scared to try and put the pieces together in case it doesn't work.
I'm scared for you.
And I like it now that it's a weapon.
Listen, I love you very much.
I love you.
Next time we'll do better. Next time,
God, shut up.
Next time that I'm melancholy, you gotta fucking bring it, okay? Thank you for watching, everyone. And just remember, if anyone tries to tell you what to do, you can just say,
"You're not God or my father or my boss."
Or my father. Or my boss. Space between.